You're listening to the BrideAccess.com Wedding Show with your host, Robin Seville.
Don't know what it is about his smile, makes me want to stay a little while. Don't know what it is about that man, and I'm not sure that I understand. But there's a little something about the way he walks. I want to sit and listen to him talk. Don't know what it is, don't know what it is, don't know what it is. But it makes me
One of the things we're going to be discussing today on today's program is photography, and not just average photography. Brides and those of you who are planning the wedding for the bride, you must have a professional photographer, because the photography is one of those few items that you will take with you and cherish the rest of your lives, and hopefully your grandchildren will cherish it as well as they look at it. In studio with me today is Dee Andrew. Dee Andrew is an international photographer who has traveled the globe and filmed many brides of distinction, I believe. Isn't that right? I've seen some of your work, and I've seen some of the things that are posted. You really have traveled the world, haven't you, Andrew?
It's been a blast. It has. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here, Robin.
You know, I've really noticed a few things over the last couple of years in particular, and I think it's a combination of technology, and I think in part because of the economy, that I've seen a lot of photographers, and at Bride Access we see a lot of photographers, but I've seen more photographers than ever that I've never seen before. It seems like there's just been so many more out there. Now, I have to think it's because of those two reasons, the affordability of the technology, and I think the economy is affecting it. Is that a fair statement?
That is a fair statement. We're in a new era now. Mm-hmm. In that new era, Robin, I call the digital era, where we have an explosion of photographers, or aspiring photographers, rather.
It is kind of a glamorous type. I mean, to me, it just sounds, it's such an art, and I think a lot of people really like that. Whether they have the skill and talent to do it may be another issue, but at least for me, it's something that I think is fantastic. How long have you been doing this now?
16 years.
16 years. Mm-hmm. So you've obviously got a great love and passion, and very talented. I've seen your work, so I can say that with some knowledge and background. What are some of the things that when you meet with a bride or her mom, you probably are a teacher in some ways as well, too. I imagine a lot of clients come in and they kind of have a feel of what they want, but maybe they're not sure. But I imagine there's also a large amount of brides that come in and they're really looking for suggestions and advice, and you're showing them your style. And is that true? That's
true. A lot of brides, they need options. Every bride is different. Their tastes are different. Mm-hmm. Their budget's different. Their likes are different. Styles are different. And so when they come in, it's very important, I feel, that they're given an array of options. Your style's obviously going to be kind of a set pattern. But as far as options to help create and cater to a certain need that they're having, whether it's time of their event, venue, or budget, to give them options of what they're looking for that fits within their means.
What would you tell that bride that's just got engaged, or she's been engaged, she hasn't picked the photographer yet? What would you tell her or the person planning the wedding that they need to look for?
Well, pertaining to photography, I really believe, and this is what I tell a lot of my brides, listen, you do it once, do this right. You have to look at these images for the rest of your life. And that's got to mean something to you and then your children and people who look at these images. These images are a tool in their marriage, and they help solidify their marriage for years to come. And it's important that they're in love with those images and they can feel the passion and the emotion when they look at them. They can be taken back to the magic of that day.
Yeah. I think that's why people maybe love your craft. That's probably one of the reasons why a lot of people get into it. I mean, you are capturing something that's, I know that there's a credit card that uses this, but priceless. It truly is priceless to capture the love between a bride and a groom before the wedding, or fiancés, I guess, before the wedding, and then a new bride and a groom afterwards. Is I think that's why the majority of people have photography at their wedding.
They do. They want to have that documented. They want to have the event story told. They want to relive it. And it's become such a tradition among generations that that's what you do. You get married, you have it photographed, and you have it documented.
Andrew, thank you very much for coming on the program.
Robin, thank you. It's been my pleasure to be here.
Our next guest is Matt Townsend. Now, a lot of people know Matt Townsend. I think you probably know who he is, DeAndre.
Love Matt.
Yeah, he's great. He's a relationship coach on brightaccess.com. He even has his own radio show on KSL Radio, and often appears on Studio 5, also on KSL. We're going to be asking Matt, we're going to turn it around on Matt a little bit. He's usually listening to asking the questions. We're going to ask him some questions. We're going to ask him what advice that he'd give to couples and probably the parents as well. And we're going to find out a little bit about his own relationship. He has 6 kids, been married for about 20 years. When we come back, we're going to be visiting with Matt Townsend.
Following Matt Townsend, brightaccess.com caught up with John and Mary Kay Huntsman shortly before they left for China as Governor Huntsman became the U.S. ambassador to China. Stay tuned to hear what they said later in the show.
On my mind, since you're on my mind.
One of the biggest concerns a bride has is, what will the weather be like on my wedding day? Will it rain? Will it snow? What time will the sun set? What will the temperature be? BrideAccess.com recently teamed up with meteorologist Kevin Eubank to bring you your very own customized wedding day forecast. Kevin, how does it work?
Well, you can go to brideaccess.com. When you get there, scroll over to the weather section on the top menu bar. When you click there, you'll get access to the KSL Live 5 Weather Center. By clicking on this link, you open up an interactive weather planner that allows you to select the day of your wedding, and you can see all different types of parameters as to what it's been like in the past. Let's suppose that you're planning an outdoor wedding in June. You'd come in here, select the month of June, select the day, and hit submit. You'll then get access to 30 years of the climate record of that particular day here along the Wasatch Front. It will give you information like the average high temperature during the day, the average low temperature during the day. It will also tell you sunrise and sunset. Maybe you have your outdoor reception and you want to know how long is it going to be before you have to turn on the outdoor lighting. It will tell you that at 9:03 the sun will set here along the Wasatch Front. Another great feature is it gives you the hour by hour average temperature for every hour of the day. You can start out at 6 a.m. in the morning and see what it's like at 6 p.m. at night. If you've got that outdoor reception, you may want to know that between the hours of 7 p.m. and 9 p.m., the temperature is going to drop from 82 degrees to 75 degrees. A fantastic tool to plan your wedding. All compliments of brideaccess.com and KSL Weather.
Is there an upcoming wedding, anniversary, birthday, or special event in your life? You can post it for free and let everybody know about it. Just go to KSL.com, click on the Announcements tab, and you can post the information for free. It's only on KSL.com.